topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
I got the eye of the tiger, the fire, dancing through the fire, 'cause I am the champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion, 'cause I am the champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Here's why your content keeps getting, "This is so inspiring," as opposed to, "How can I work with you?" You're not just another business owner, you're an expert. Your clients get insane results and your work changes lives. But online, your content's getting views instead of dollars. I had a client who was posting great content, but she was getting comments like, "You're so inspiring, this is so amazing." I showed her what to say in her videos without sounding salesy, and you know what happened next? One video brought in 60,000 leads. The same thing happened with Christina, and she was booked up for 2 months with discovery calls.
Yes!
The difference? Creating content that sells mixed with Bible marketing secrets. Imagine your dream clients finding you every day on social media and not just through referrals. How would that impact your business? If you're a coach or a business owner with 5,000 followers or more, but you're not sure how to convert them, or you're a coach where you're capped at 10K months and you want to know how you can scale to 30K months and beyond, comment challenge accepted, and let me show you how to create content that sells in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge.
Wow, wasn't that exciting? And guess what? You're going to get to meet her. Welcome to the Successful Women Show, where you can view us on Talk 4 TV and listen to us on the Women for Women Network. I am Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, your host, and my mission is to help women accelerate the path to success. And today's topic is Convert Content to Cash. And my guest is Miss Shamara Cox. Let me just give you a little background on her. Shamara Star Cox, she is the CEO of Carmel Rose Productions. She is a TV producer and marketing coach who helps successful 6- and 7-figure coaches and business owners get seen, get paid, and live free by creating binge-worthy videos on social media. With over a decade in film and TV, including 4 years as a producer at a major network, Star walked away from it all when God called her to something greater. By applying biblical principles to her content, she quickly scaled to 6 figures. Now she's here to help you step into your next level of visibility, credibility, and profitability. I'd like to welcome to the Successful Women Show, Miss Shamara Star Cox.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. When you were reading my bio, I was like, who's that lady?
I mean, such energy, your video. I mean, I just can't wait to find out all about that. But before we hop into that, I always ask, I usually read the standard bio on my guests, but then I'd like to have the guests just to tell us. So tell our viewers and listeners what you want them to know about Shamara Star Cox.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a great question. So what to know about me is I'm really just a servant. I'm here to really help people and business owners have a platform where they can make an impact in this world using their voice, using their videos, using their messaging. That's who I am in a nutshell.
Wow. So now you've built a career as both a TV producer and marketing coach. Now that's phenomenal right there. How did those worlds collide, and how does that give your clients an edge online?
Oh yeah, that's such a great question. So I'm gonna take it back to when I was a kid. when I was a kid, this my about teenage years, I used to write stories in composition notebooks. You know those composition notebooks, the black and white ones. So
Yeah.
I used to write stories in it. I mean, like handwritten novels in these. Yup, handwritten. I had 9 total, and I would have my friends reading the stories. They would love it. They would leave comments, and then I'll just keep writing more. And one of my friends, her father, his friend, heard that I was writing these stories, and he loved it. He read the
Mhm.
stories, he loved it, and he told me this is good enough to be on television. And so
Mhm.
he had me starting to type the stories out. And so from there, the stories actually never made it on television, but he put the seed inside of me that I started to pursue the career in television. So, yep. So after going to college, I started to break into the television industry by interning at different companies. And then finally, I landed a role as a producer working at A Plus C Networks. And I absolutely loved doing that.
Mhm.
But in my final year at the company, I actually just got to a point where I just got so tired of being overlooked and underpaid. And God had said to me, quit your job. And I thought to myself, no one's doing that. Like, it's a scary thing to
Yeah.
listen to God tell you this thing where you don't know what's going to happen next. But I remember thinking to myself, this can't be my life. Like, I can't just be capped here. And so, listening by faith, I actually quit my job. I took some time to myself with God. And then he led me to start creating content full time. So, around this time, we're at fall 2020. He led me to start creating content full time. And at this point in my life, I thought I was taking a step down from television because as I
Mhm.
grew up, all I kept hearing was you want to get your stories on the big screen. You want to get them on the television. Once you're on television, you've made it. But here I was feeling like I took a step back in my career because now my content was going on social media on a
Mhm.
smaller screen. But my videos started going viral and I started reaching more people on their phones than I ever did working in television. And so as my videos were going viral, follower count was going up, but my bank account was not. And so I remember going back to God and asking him, okay, we're getting followers, but no money. Like, what do I need to do? And that's when he led me to actually start my business. So I started my business and I was scared. And I'm pretty sure that there are people here now where you're called to take a leap of faith and you're afraid. That's where I was. But I'm happy I did it anyway because where I am now, I get to use the skills that I learned in television in order to help people to create amazing video content so they can reach their audience and make an impact. And so that's pretty much my story.
Wow. I mean, just from doing those I guess journals, if you
Mhm,
will, and someone saw them and planted that seed, and
mhm.
here we are today.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, a lot of 6 and 7 figure business owners rely on word of mouth. So we all
Mhm,
know that. Why do
mhm.
you believe that strategy alone isn't enough?
Yeah, that's such a great question. And that's because of how society has shifted today. Like there are so many business owners and so many brands where they're called to reach a larger audience. And in order to reach that larger audience, social media and online really plays a part. So
Mhm.
oftentimes when I'm running into business owners who are doing word of mouth, referrals, in-person networking, they can only reach but so many people, right? Maybe 50
Right.
people at a networking event. If they're
Mhm.
on stage speaking, maybe 300 people. But the power of videos and social media allows you to reach thousands of people in just a couple of minutes. And
Mhm.
that's what I learned when I first started posting video content. I was reaching 2,500 people in just 30 minutes. I would reach 5,000 people in 1 hour. And I'm
Oh,
like, oh wow, just from one video, right? And then the lead flow is so
mhm.
massive as well. I was getting 5 to 20 leads in 1 hour just from one video, right? And so I started teaching my clients how to do the same thing. And what happens is, if you have a business that's built on word of mouth and referrals, congratulations. I'm pretty sure it's doing amazing. And
Mhm.
if you're ready to accelerate, that's when you take it and you put it online so that you can reach more people. Now, there are
Abs-
some people where they just feel like, I don't want to be online. I've tried social media, it doesn't work. The
Yeah.
reality, it does work. You just have to have the right strategies and the right content. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that social media is marketing. This is just
It is.
another, yeah, it's a marketing strategy. And oftentimes, some business owners, when they're just starting out online, they think if I just go viral, then I'll
Mhm.
be able to reach my people. a lot of times you don't go viral, right? But if
Yeah,
you are consistent in what you're doing, you can still reach the right people in a short amount of time and
exactly.
significantly increase your business.
Wow. Now, when you talk about your videos did so well, they did all this in an hour. And I
Mhm.
mean, what were you, was it something special you were doing? Were you like dancing on your head or, you know, I mean, and I asked that because these sometimes these people do like these TikTok videos,
Mhm.
they're doing all this crazy stuff, and all of a sudden these videos go viral. And I
Mhm.
might be sitting there reading something from a book or something that I've written, and they're all like, "Now we don't want to see that. Let's slide to the next one." Okay.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny and so true. And because of that, there are a lot of experts where they're like, I don't want to be on Instagram, I don't want to be on TikTok, I don't want to do videos if I have to
Mhm.
lip sync and dance around. So I'll tell you right
Absolutely.
now, I did not dance and I don't know how to dance on my head. So that is those are not the videos that went viral for me. But the videos that did go viral are the ones that I am authentically connecting with my audience, right? And so I was when I first started, I was heavily using my editing skills because as I worked in television, I would produce and I would edit videos. So I would
Mhm.
heavily edit my videos, and those are the videos that did really well. And
Mhm.
people were gravitating towards that. But the
Mhm.
videos that made me money were the videos where I showed up as the expert. But here's the thing about showing up as the expert. You want to show up as the expert and teach the thing that people want to pay you for. And I think
Right.
oftentimes people show up and they just teach anything because they're like, I'm the expert. This is what they tell me to do, put out educational content. I
Mhm.
learned very early on that it's not about teaching just anything, but you want to teach the thing that people will actually pay you for. And so those are the videos that were able to reach a lot of people in a short amount of time, but then
Mhm.
also was able to get sales on top of that. And so when I started doing that, yes, I would do some extra editing, but what I
Mhm.
really recognized people were attracted to was my personality
Which is
because I learned something a long time ago, right? And actually had learned this from Jesus. Jesus said, "My sheep know my voice, and another they will not follow."
there you
And
go.
so exactly, and so it's the same thing with us, where there are people who are attracted to our voice. There are people who are attached to our voice, and if you just show up in your authenticity, show up in your personality, and you're teaching the thing that they want to pay you for, then you don't have to worry about if it's going viral or not. You really just focus on creating those deep connections with your audience, and then from creating the connections, they want to work with you.
Right. It's funny you said that because that very scripture was on this morning as I was driving to my exercise class. And here you go and you bring it up again. That's amazing. Maybe I should be applying those biblical principles to my time. All I need one more confirmation, right? Okay. There we go.
I love how God does that though. Like that is so hilarious. I was talking about it earlier in my live video because I wanted my audience to really understand that your job is just to show up and to show up strategically. And
Yes.
God's job is to send the people because the people are already waiting for you.
That's
If
right.
you position yourself in a way, they will find you. So you don't have to do anything extra. I worked with a client where she hired me after working with another social media manager. And she said, I don't like doing videos because that manager had me lip syncing and dancing. And I'm like, oh, that's a horrible strategy. We want
Um,
to make sure that when we're doing marketing, that we're in alignment with who we are. Because when
right.
you're in alignment with who you are, then you can attract the people who are in alignment with who you are.
Right. Wow. That is so, oh my goodness, that is so interesting. And I know, I do videos all the time, little short
Mhm.
clips sometimes, and maybe, every now and then I may do a longer one, most of it about 5 minutes or like that. But I guess I never looked at it like that. I always wanted to put out content, valid content, like you said, on something that I did. But listening to you, I see now that I might need to pivot a little bit in doing that. So I'll probably be talking to you after this. Okay.
Come on through. Come on through.
Like now you talk about helping clients create binge worthy videos.
Mhm.
What exactly does that mean? And why is it so important for today's social media?
Oh, that's such a great question. And so I'll answer your second question first, which
Okay.
is whatever you binge, you buy. That's just a fact, and that's just a society that we are in. We're in a society where people have Netflix, they have YouTube, they have Hulu, they have Disney Plus. You name the platform, They are binging the content and paying for it every month, and they are not bothered that they're paying for it. So what
Wow.
I do is I show my clients how you
Mhm.
can create that same exact experience on your page so that now you're taking your audience from just browsing to binging to buying, right? Because they're already doing it. And so what does it entail to get your audience to binge? Well, actually, let me ask you this question. What makes you binge?
Well, it has to be something that I really like,
Mhm.
like chocolate. So if it's up there in the category with chocolate, I will binge on it. Okay.
I love it. But notice the first thing you said, it has to be something that I really like, right? And so that's the content that we're putting out. It's content that people really like. When I ask that question to a lot of my audience, typically they'll say things like the storyline makes them binge, the guest makes them binge, who the artist is, who the celebrity is, or if it keeps them on the edge of their seat because they want to know what's going to happen next, or cliffhanger, right?
Right.
So
Right.
this is an experience. And if we went deeper into why you love chocolate, I'm pretty sure it's because it creates an experience for you. So
Mhm.
our goal when we're showing up in our videos and we're creating the content is to create an experience for our audience so that they don't want to leave your page. And this actually rewards you because every platform, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, their goal is to keep you on their platform. So if
Right.
you are now creating content that people are binging and you're helping them to stay on the platform, guess what? The algorithm is going to reward you by keep pushing your content out, right? So we're
Wow.
just using this strategy to work with the algorithm so that you can reach your people, right? And now as they're binging your content and then
Mhm.
you have it strategically set up to sell as well, the next logical step for your audience is to go ahead and buy because they're already accustomed to binging and buying.
And that makes sense because you could actually sit on Facebook scrolling, looking at stuff for hours. You
Mhm.
you will literally forget the time,
Yep.
just especially if
Yep.
you start looking at some of the videos on there. Just like going from one video to the next video. And it could be it's funny because, for example, right now, we got the boots on the ground videos. So at one point on Facebook, looked like every time you scroll, there was
Mhm.
somebody doing boots on the ground, teaching you boots on the ground. The
Mhm.
little babies doing boots on the ground. I text my girlfriend one day. I said, you know what? I am literally sick of this song right now.
When something's trending, people will run with that trend. Oh my goodness.
Goodness, it was unbelievable. I mean, grandmothers and everything else, they were all doing boots on the ground. So, so I get what you're saying. If they, if it's something they like, they'll spend hours on it,
Mhm.
just looking at it and reading it or whatever. And
Mhm.
like you say, possibly buy it too.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's what the ultimate goal is, to
Exactly.
convert to a client. So
Yeah.
thus convert content to cash.
There you go. You nailed it. And I've had clients that have actually created content that their audience have binged. And right from binging, they went ahead and purchased and actually said, I already knew that I wanted to work with you because I was watching your content. Right. And oftentimes, what people don't realize is that social media or really any type of online platform, it's your new resume, it's your new
Mhm.
portfolio. Like
Yes.
before someone decides to work with you, they're automatically Googling you and seeing if your website pops up and seeing what social media platforms pop up. It's not
Yes.
like back in the day, back in my day when I was growing up,
Mhm.
when people were just
Oh,
looking at I know, right? Where people were just looking at your resumes and calling you in for interviews. Like people are actually checking out your social media platform because they
exactly.
want to make sure that you are who you say you are. And this
Mhm.
is why alignment is so important because you don't want people coming to you and you're out of alignment. It will frustrate you and stress you out. So I always teach my clients you want to be in alignment with who you are, your personality, because your personality is what's going to attract your audience.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, that is so true. Which leads me to the next question because it's talking about the mindset. So what's one of the biggest mindset shifts successful entrepreneurs need to make when transitioning from referrals to building a personal brand online?
Oh, that's such a good question. And I have like so many mindsets that come to mind. So let me think of the one. The one that I really want to talk about is that it's not icky to sell in your videos. oftentimes they're so like the business owners who are offline and mainly getting their clients through word of mouth and referrals, they can sell one-on-one. They can read the room, they can pick up on what's going on, they can read the person's face, and then they can sell that way. And for them, they feel comfortable doing that. But when it comes to doing it on video, there's no one to look at. It's just you. And so then they start feeling awkward. And then they think like, well, if I ask for the sale, it's going to make me sound salesy. It's going to come off icky. Then I start feeling icky. And so what we do is we help you to get over that fear of sounding salesy, get over that discomfort of being able to sell to your audience, because the reality is they want to buy from you. Like, we are a society where we are accustomed to buying. Now, we don't want to be sold to horribly, of course. Like, nobody wants to buy from a cheesy car salesman, but we definitely want to buy from the person who is authentic, who operates in integrity, who is the expert that can help us get our transformation. So once my clients understand, okay, here's how I need to show up, and it's not wrong to sell to my audience, it's not icky to sell to my audience, I can actually just serve them, add value, and then ask for the offer, and they'll start buying. Then once they have that mindset shift, then they start doing it. And then the other thing is really just being confident on camera. Like, that's the biggest thing, being confident when you go live, being confident in your pre-recorded content. And a lot of times it's because of how we view ourselves. Am I going to mess up? Will I embarrass myself? Will someone leave a bad comment? And once you start to understand, actually, people are waiting for me to show up. They want to see me. I can change their life. What I have is a life-altering service that can really help them. When you start to understand that, then you show up differently. You show up now with the mindset of impact. You show up now with the mindset of, I want to reach the masses because my message is going to transform lives. So just those two mindset shifts, and then they're good to go.
Wow. That is incredible, because one of the things I always, whenever I deal with someone in my business, the first thing we do talk about is their mindset, because you got to see where their head is, where they're coming from, how, like you said, how they look at themselves, what they think about themselves. So, and when you're in business or in a career, and you want, especially in a career where you want to move up to the top level, you have to put yourself out there. And, so people can know who you are, recognize you, but you have to be comfortable doing it too, because you're going to wind up with an audience. So that's just how things go. And speaking of visibility, how do you help your clients get seen by the right people, especially if they don't think they're content creators?
Oh, that is so good. Especially if you don't think that you're a content creator. In this society today, when you are building a business online, especially, and it's just you or you have a small team, you are actually the person who is everything. You're the marketing consultant, you are the CEO, you are the CFO, and you are the content creator as well, right? And so in order to increase your visibility creating content, there are several things that you can do. If you don't feel comfortable editing your videos, I always recommend doing live videos, because it's long form content that you can take and just repurpose all over your platform, right? Now, even though I said that, it's really important to know your messaging, because I see people do this all the time. They're taking their long form content, they're chopping it up, they're pushing it out. It gets 0 views, 0 comments. And that's because you haven't identified who your dream client is and what is it that they want to hear from you. That part is super important. Now, it's easy when you're getting clients through word of mouth and referrals. You really don't have to worry about that because you're coming highly recommended. But when you're online, people don't know you yet. So you actually have to speak to their desires, speak to their pain points, show them how you can help them to get over their own limiting beliefs so that they can actually work with you. And so your content should always be focused on who your audience is, who it is that you want to serve, who it is that you want to help. And I just want to use this example. It's found in Matthew 11, verse 28. This is where Jesus, he actually is starting his ministry here. And the first thing he says when he's starting his ministry is, come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, for I will give you rest. This one sentence alone really helps us to understand that you have to call your people to you. That's what your content should be doing. It should be calling your people to you. But listen to this. He said, come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden. He called them by pain. He didn't just call them. He called
Right.
them by pain. And we know that they came because he healed so many people. So when you are creating your content, you should be calling out the pain points of your dream clients, because that is how they're going to hear you.
That's right.
And then you should show them how you can help them, because that is how they're going to buy from you, because they know, I don't want to be in pain anymore, and this person can help me out of it.
Wow. And that's actually how marketing is pretty much set, or marketing and sales is set up.
Mhm.
You find the person's pain point, their pain point, and that's what you speak to, that pain point. But that is, I'm like, girl, don't make me get up here and do a Prince dance now, okay?
I'm here for it.
Oh my goodness, this is so. And again, it brings me right into the next question, where you blend biblical
Mhm.
principles into your marketing.
Yeah.
Can you share what Bible marketing secrets are and how they've transformed your clients' businesses?
Oh, this is probably my favorite question. And I've been doing it the entire time that we were talking. So I just want to share a quick story before I go really into it. But I remember when I first started my business, this was like 2021. This is after my content was going viral. God told me to start my business.
Mhm.
And I remember hiring 2 business coaches, and both of these business coaches were teaching biblical principles for your business. My mind was completely blown, because I grew up in a church. I grew up studying the Bible. I know the Bible very well, but I had no idea that it can help you in business. I thought it was really just for accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. And then they started showing me other things. And I said, well, Lord, if they can use this for business, can you teach me how to teach content in Christ? And thus Bible Marketing Secrets was born. And what Holy Spirit started to do, he started to show me scriptures that I grew up on, but he
Mhm.
started showing me the marketing aspect of it. Like, just like when I gave you Matthew 11:28, right? Like that, he was like, in marketing, you have to call your people by pain. But
Right.
not just that, you also got to serve them, right? Like every time Jesus showed up, he served his audience.
Yes.
Jesus had one mission, which was to save the world, but he had a 2-part strategy to do that. And that 2-part strategy was to grow his following and then convert his followers into believers. Well, guess who else has this 2-part strategy? Everyone who's using social media. Our 2-part strategy is to grow our followers and convert our followers into buyers. But what are buyers? Buyers are believers who believe that you can help them get their transformation. And when I understood this, I said, oh my goodness, Jesus was marketing and selling the entire time. The
Wow.
entire time. And so I started teaching this to my clients, to my audience, and they love it. And they love it whether they are Christian, atheist, agnostic, Muslim. I've worked with all different types of people, all because a lot of people have a sense of the Bible, or they know the Bible, and they recognize that biblical principles do not discriminate. Don't care if you're Christian or not. It is going to work for you as long as you work it.
Okay. Wow. And that makes total sense. And I think until you said that and explained it that way, I never looked at it that way. But it's like, wow, aha moment here. It is. I mean, it is. It really is. So I know many business owners, though, say that they're too busy for social media. What's your take on that? And how do you help them to show up consistently without burning out?
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, if you're too busy to show up on social media, hire a team. Like, that's just the simplest answer, is to hire a team. Now, some people watching are probably like, I can't hire a team right now. I'm not in that space. So then the next thing is to repurpose your content, right? And so we teach you strategies where you can create content and save time, right? Because if you need to focus on clients, your family, and all those things, then what we do is we show you how to see the content in your everyday life. So picking up your phone, shooting it while you're in meetings, while you're on live videos, using that content in order to release it across social media platforms, while you're walking down the street. Like, we just show you different things that you can do so that you can save time while you are creating content. Now, I always recommend to, depending on what level you are in your business, to at least always have a VA. This VA should be a lead generation VA who can actually go out and get you leads so that you can continue to increase your sales. I see business owners, oftentimes they hire a regular VA who's just posting their content,
And it's like, that's nice and all, but if your content isn't performing, you still need someone to go out and be able to have the conversations with your audience. So coupling your lead generation VA with the content that's saving you time, that's going to help you to take off and really just build your social media platform in a way that, one, you never thought that you could do it, feeling like you don't have enough time.
Wow. Because, there's a lot of social media sites out there, and you
Oh,
really,
goodness.
you really don't have time to, if you want to stay visible, post on all of them or be effective. If
Yes.
to be effective on all of them. And
Yes.
so I got to ask you this question, and only because someone came to me earlier this week, and we were talking about some things she was trying to do. And one of the things she said, she was setting up a Wikipedia page. And I asked her, now, yeah, Wikipedia, but I asked her, how is she on like LinkedIn? Are you, is your LinkedIn page current? And she said, well, no, she kind of wanted to focus on the Wikipedia page. And I kind of like, well, why Wikipedia? Because I remember when I was in school, especially when I was doing my doctorate degree, one of the things they told us was, a lot of times don't use any of the information from there because a lot of times it's not factual. Now, I know she's setting up this page as her personal page, so it will, more than likely have factual information. But what do you think about a Wikipedia page as opposed to, and I know we kind of veering off here, a Wikipedia page as opposed to a LinkedIn page as it relates to social media, and making sure when someone looks you up, they come out with a valid information, or will they go to a Wikipedia page as opposed to a LinkedIn page, do you think?
That's such a good question. Actually, you're the only person ever in my entire time doing this to ever ask me a question like that. So that is such a unique question. And for the same reasons you mentioned, which is also when I was going to school, they did tell us that Wikipedia, it doesn't have enough authority. Right. And then also another thing, I don't know if Wikipedia is still doing this, but they've been going out of business for the last couple of years and asking people to donate to them. And we don't know at what point they may end up going out of business. But to what I would recommend is that you build your authority on social media. Because especially when you have the SEO and keywords and people are typing certain things up, the first thing that pops up is content. Like when you go to Google and you type in a question, the first thing that pops up is content, whether it's a blog or it's a LinkedIn page or a YouTube video. TikTok videos have been posting up a lot now too, because we're really in a society that people want to consume content and the way that they are consuming content. There are studies that have shown that people can retain 95% of the video more than they would reading anything, right? Videos are shared 1,200% more than anything else. And I can prove it to you. When was the last time someone sent you an email? And I don't mean you're on someone's email list. I mean, a friend thought of you and was like, hey, I had this email came to me. I want to forward it to you, right? The answer is probably never. I don't know anyone who forwards emails to anyone, right? Maybe 1, 2, whatever. But if I asked you when was the last time you got a video, you probably got 10,000 just in this 30 minutes of us talking, right? So I would focus on the content that is most likely to pop up when someone actually asks a question. Notice I didn't say someone types my name in, because for the most part, the people that you're attracting online, they don't know your name yet. But what they do know is that I have a problem, and they're typing that problem into Google, and you want your content to pop up that solves that problem. Absolutely.
I am so glad you said that, because I was on the fence. I didn't want to push the person about this, but I did keep, asking questions to why Wikipedia, and they felt they had, valid reasons for that. But now that, you've explained all of that, and I thought, again, I remembered just going back for when I was in school, but then I thought maybe things have changed, and wasn't aware, because I don't use Wikipedia, so I wasn't aware. And I also wasn't aware about the fact that they were asking for the donations and they possibly going out of business, which now I know, and I have some information. And yes, I'm going to steal what you just told me and tell her so that she does not waste her time kind of doing that. It may not help. And that was my concern in the beginning, because I didn't know if her using that Wikipedia page would even help her in any way for what she's trying to do. So thank you. I appreciate you answering that question. Like I said, I know I kind of veered off topic a little
That
bit.
was good though. It technically is still on topic because I focus on marketing, like digital marketing, period. And so my goal is to make sure that my clients and my audience is using the most effective way of marketing. Because again, you have an opportunity to reach a lot of people in a short amount of time. And so you want to make sure you're optimizing the platforms online that's going to help you to do that. Now, if she was building a Google business page, a Google page where she could get testimonies, then I would say, do it, honey.
Exactly.
But Wikipedia.
Yeah. So thank you for that. So what are the key ingredients of a high converting video, though, that builds influence and generates leads, even while you're asleep? You know, you hear people say you could make money while you're sleeping. So I know there are videos that can do that, but what are some key ingredients that will help the video to do that?
Hook, hold, help. Come on now. Hook, hold, help. Come on now. Hook, hold.
Okay.
That's the video formula I teach all of my clients. You want to hook your audience very quickly within the first 3 seconds of your video. And now it's really in the first second of your video, you want to hook your audience, right? And what do we mean by hook? You want to say something or do something that will immediately grab their attention. Typically, it's leading with their pain point. Like, what is the pain that they have? And you want to speak directly into that situation to let them know, I see you and I hear you. The next thing is to hold them, right? And we hold them by telling a compelling story, a story that's going to let them know, one, either you've gone through this or you've helped other people go through this as well. And now you have the solution. The solution that you want to offer to them could be something that's bite-sized, very quick, right? Especially if you're doing 1-minute videos, if you're doing 10-minute videos, you want to make sure that you're packing it with stories that's helping your audience, because the goal is to get them to watch your videos for a long duration of time. Wow. Every platform, watch time matters, right? So if you're telling them stories, if you are helping them throughout your content, they're going to stay there long enough for you to help them. And the help is the call to action. The call to action lets them know what to do next. And here's the thing, your call to action doesn't always have to lead to a sale. It could be follow, it could be comment, it could be watch this next video, right? But you want to use a call to action that's going to help you accomplish your goal for the video that you are posting. So typically when I'm working with my clients, I teach them that each video you post, you want to make sure that there's a goal attached to it, right? And now sometimes business owners may be like, well, my goal is to get brand awareness. That's not a strong enough goal. We want measurable goals, right? And so every time you're on social media, you're posting videos, your measurable goals will always be either to grow your following, to build engagement, whether it's comments or it's saves or it's shares, it's to get leads or it's to get sales. Those are your only goals. So based on, okay, today I want to get followers. You want to create a video that's going to hook them, gonna hold them, and give a call to action for them to follow you. Today, I want to get sales. You want to do the same thing and give a call to action for them to buy from you. The best thing about this high converting video formula is that once you post your video, 2 years from now, it can still work for you. Yes. And when we say making money in your sleep, it's because the video itself is continuing to build authority. People are continuing to see it years later, and then they get to opt in and buy from you years later, even if you're not talking about that thing anymore. And it's happened with my clients. Like I have a client, her name is Christina. She posted a video 2 years ago that's still getting leads. The first day she posted it, she got 30 leads. And 2 years later, she's still getting leads from that one video.
Wow. That is incredible. And I know you just have so many nuggets that you can drop on us here. And I just wish we just had hours just to sit with you and just pick your brain. But, you know, we're almost coming to the end. So tell us, I just want you to let us know, if you had one piece of advice that you would share with the viewers and the listeners out there, what would that piece of advice be?
Oh, that's so good. The advice would be authentic to yourself. Your authenticity is what's going to drive your marketing. I went through a phase in my business where I was doing all the things. I was paying for ads, hopping on trends, doing cold DM marketing, doing all the things, exhausting myself, and nothing worked. And
Worked.
I remember I had to step away from all of that. It kind of reminds me of King David before he became king, but he was going up against Goliath.
Yes.
And King Saul said, hey, put on this armor.
Mhm.
And we are David putting on all this armor, doing all the marketing things. And in order for King David to actually be successful, he had to take it off. And so I
Mm.
got to a point that I had to take off all the armor, all the things that people were telling me, and I had to be true to myself. And I had to pick up my sling and my 3 rocks. And for me, my sling is live video, is podcasting, and just really connecting with my audience. That's what really helped me to build my business to be so successful. Now, everything I mentioned, everything works. The ads, the cold DM, all of that, it all works.
Mhm.
But what works for you?
You.
Who are you? How were you created? What is your personality that's going to attract the people? And do the marketing that aligns with you. So be true to yourself.
Wow, that is incredible. Be true to yourself, be authentic, and know what works for you. That
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
that's the key right there. Know what works for you, because like you say, you can jump on every train
Yep.
out there, but
Yep.
if it's not for you, it's just not going to work. And again, we're looking at biblical. You know, what's for you is for you.
Yep.
But we just have to, like you say, sometimes we have to step away and make sure that what we're doing is what we need to be doing. Wow, thank you so much. If you would just share with us, maybe if you have anything coming up that you'd like us to know about, and also let our viewers and our listeners know how they can reach out to you to get some of those viral videos going on.
Yes, absolutely. We do have our Convert Content to Cash Challenge. It's launching June 2nd. So if you want to join us, all you have to do is go to contenttocashchallenge.com, sign up for the VIP experience, and then you can join us in the challenge. Our goal is to teach you how to create content that sells in 5 days or less. And the reason why we do it in 5 days or less is because we know what it's like to be listening to all the gurus, doing all the things, and nothing works. So what we do is we help you, we set you up on a strategy that's authentic to you, and you can start working that strategy and seeing results in the challenge. Like that's the goal. And then if you just want to get some more Bible marketing secrets and some training for your content so that you can really build out your social media marketing, your digital marketing as a whole, feel free to follow me on YouTube at Book of Star, because that's where I'm dropping a lot more of my longer form content.
Great. Well, you'll be seeing me. I definitely would like to find out more about that challenge. I'd like to get in there and see if I could, do some things with, for example, my TEDx video. It's out there, and I know it has over like 200 and some views, but I would love a million plus. So let's
Yes.
see if I can make that happen. With that, we'll see. But thank you so much, Shamara Star Cox, for being a valuable guest, dropping all these, oh my goodness, great nuggets on the show. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. And hopefully we could get you back again to share some more information. But hopefully, again, our viewers and listeners took notes out there and will reach out to you so that they can find out how to, what was that? Hook, hold, and help. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
All righty. Well, I'm just gonna give you everyone now some upcoming things and events and around town with me, what's going on. And I just want to welcome you to another exciting edition of me and of what's been going on in my life. I am absolutely thrilled to share some incredible news with all of you. It has truly been a whirlwind month filled with recognition, celebration, and heartfelt gratitude. First, I'm deeply honored to announce that I was presented with the 2025 prestigious Top Leaders of Excellence Award from the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. This recognition was signed by Representative Joanna E. McClinton, the Democratic House Speaker, and was presented to me while I was in the Dominican Republic during the Spirit of a Dove Association's 5 years of service celebration in partnership with the Own It X Magazine International event. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Reginald Siles and Sharon Siles, the visionary founders of the Spirit of a Dove Association. Thank you for your unwavering dedication and for choosing me to be a part of this phenomenal celebration. But that's not all. I have also been nominated for the 2025 Veteran of the Year Award, and I need your support. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn here. And to win, the voting period started officially April 30th, and it's not going to end until May 26th. So you still have time to vote. And to do so, you can go to www.militaryfriendly.com/vote. That's www.militaryfriendly.com-vote. And just look for my picture on the site, hit the vote button, put your email address in, then they're going to send you an email for you to verify it is your email so that the vote will count. So make sure you go back and verify your email also. And finally, I'm thrilled to share that I have been shortlisted for the Speakers Award based out of London as one of the top 5 finalists in the Best Virtual Speaker 2025 category. Out of 319 applicants from around the world, only 80 were selected across various categories, and I have the honor of standing among the top 5 in my category. So a huge thank you to the Speakers Award and to Elliot Kay for this amazing recognition, and to all the other phenomenal finalists, I want to congratulate you too. Again, as I said, this has been filled with gratitude and joy, knowing that I'm being recognized for something that I love doing, which is uplifting women, empowering them to embrace their greatness, and inspiring them to step boldly into their calling. So I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. And I also want to thank my guests for being here today, Shamara Starr Cox. Thanks to my viewers and listeners for tuning in. We're here every week for the Successful Women Show. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, share, and like this episode. Again, this is the Successful Women Show. I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, helping women to accelerate the path to success. Thank you again for joining us. I love you all to life. And as always, be well and stay safe.